What is going on today, everybody? I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. We're out here working on a little dirt scooter, so that's always a good day for me. Now, it is electric, but it's still a dirt scooter, so we're going to let it slide. We're having troubles with this one now. Something's going on with it, and we got to kind of figure it out. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's not wanting to really drive. The kid gets on it, and it won't move. The battery moves, the tire spins, but as soon as you put any load on it, it just quits. So we're gonna dive into this thing and figure out what's going on with it. Now this one's a Razor SX 500 McGrath edition, but it really doesn't matter. The Razors are pretty much all the same. The yellow one, the blue one, they all are pretty much the same. But this one is the one that I'm working on. And to do it, there's some bolts. There's a couple bolts. There's a bolt up here, and then there's, I believe, yeah, there was a couple bolts, one on each side, and then two underneath. And then once that's done, there's two clips underneath the seat, so we'll pull back on the actual plastic, and then we'll pull off. Now, yours will come off probably really easy, but I've got my tail light on here, and as you can see, that cable is going to cause me problems. So there we go. We'll just set this down over here. Look at that, calculated. Okay, the next thing we want to do, our motor's back here. We want to get into our battery box, our controllers, batteries, everything should be in here minus our motor. Motor chain, cool. So there's a couple bolts up top, a couple up front, one on the bottom, and then on the other side there's a couple on front. And I believe one on the bottom. Yeah, there should be. So we'll go ahead, undo those bolts, and take these plastic covers off. You won't have this box on here, but this is my light. It's where I'm hiding my lights at. That'll turn the lights on and off. But let's get that off. Now, so far, I've only used a 4mm and a 5mm Allen wrench to get these off, which is good. The two 5s were underneath the tail, and then everything else has been a 4. So that makes it pretty easy to take off. Now there's lots of videos of people modifying these. I don't know how much modifying I'm gonna do. It all depends on what's going on with this. You know what I should do? I should probably show you what it's actually doing. Let's do that. Now, the battery on this is fully charged. I've charged it like 6 days in a row trying to get this to go, and it's not going. The battery charging brick shows green, so that means it's charged. I've checked it with the other one, and it's red when it's not. So this one's been green, so it's taking all the juice that it's going to take. If we turn the bike on, now we've got power to our tire, and it works. Which is great, but it's nothing impressive, but it still works. Now, as soon as we put a little load on it, it cuts out and stops. So that's full throttle. And it won't move. I'm not stopping the tire. I literally, like, I could barely, and it won't move. So it's either the controller is not sending enough power to it, so there might be a blown fuse, there might be a bad battery, there might be an inline fuse that's a problem. There's a bunch of different things that can go wrong. The motor might be starting to go bad. The windings might be dirty because it is, obviously we get it dirty. So start with the easy things, keep it simple. We're just going to check things, see where we're at. Now I'm going to use a multimeter. We're probably going to check these batteries out, make sure these batteries are good, and start from there. Okay, back to disassembly. So this bike's not brand new. I wouldn't even try to declare it as brand new. It's probably 2020 it says. So it's 5 years old. And the kids have ridden it. very much. So the probability of batteries, probably pretty high. The newer that it is, the less likely batteries are going to be it. But most of the time, electronic stuff, the electronic components don't really go out as fast as the batteries do. Unless it's a fuse. And then fuses blow. And then they go out fast. But suspicion says that the batteries are going to be the issue. And I've never seen the inside of these. I've never taken part one of this one. I've never watched a video on how to take it apart. So we're learning together on this one. Awesome. We got all the bolts out, I believe. And then we can go ahead and pull this apart. Now yours should probably pull apart pretty quick, but the left-hand side, opposite throttle, brake, doesn't have anything connected to it, right? There's no switches, the power kit or the charging cables on the other side. So when we go to pull that one off, we're going to have to be careful because there's going to be cords connected to it. We don't want to just go yeeting it off there and yard sailing this thing. So we'll go ahead, put all of our nice little bolts in here so we can find them later. Other side. So now power switch side, turn that off. That probably should have been done step number one. But we got power switch and then we've got a charging port. Now this says it's DC 36 volts right here. It's got three 12-volt batteries that are 12 amp hour, all connected in series to make 36 volts. So 12 plus 12 plus 12. 12, 24, 36. That's how they get their 36 volts. So there's going to be three batteries in here that are all connected in series. So there's positive, negative, and then the last two, positive, negative, go feed the power. We need to do that. So here we have the inside. We've got the top is our power switch. The bottom is our charging port, which is interesting. They make sure that there's three out here, but there's only two cables going somewhere to the charging power. Okay. First glance, things don't look terrible. I'm kind of seeing actually some bubbling. This top battery is bulging ever so slightly. This battery looks good, but this battery's starting to bulge, and this battery definitely is bulging. Battery's bulging, that means it's not holding power correctly, not storing power correctly. So hopefully you can kind of tell that this has got a wave to it. Definitely doesn't pick up on camera. Here you can kind of see like it does in real life, but these bottom ones, this one doesn't look bad. This one looks like it's starting to pop up the caps up here, which is not good. The cell's expanding, and this one definitely has some ridges on it. So, looks like we're gonna have fun doing this. Let's go ahead, let's start pulling all of our stuff out. We really only need our electrical controller, and that's it. The batteries either need changed or replaced or upgraded or something. Not gonna lie to you, I really wasn't planning on modifying this thing too much more, but it's looking like we're finally upon the situation where we're gonna have to do something about it. Let's test this, make sure, but just visual inspection, it's looking like we're having a battery issue, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong, I think, once, so let's test the battery. So I've got my multimeter out. It is set to DC voltage, and I've got my battery disconnected from the everything, and we'll go ahead and test it. Now, Black goes to black, red goes to red. Pretty simple stuff. So we'll put the red on the black, we'll put the black on the black, and we're getting 39.6 volts. So we've got plenty of voltage in there. It's a 36 volt, that's where we want to be. That's fully charged 12 volt battery. So are the batteries the problem? That's a very good question. So I might have gone and done something. If we take our handy dandy drill batteries, if we look at the side of it, it says that it is an 18 volt and it is 5 amp hours. So by my calculations, and this could totally be wrong, but 18 plus 18 is also 36. So if I put 2 of these batteries together in series, I should get 36 volts. But it's only going to be 5 amp hours. So I can switch this over, or at least try it right now. And that's what we're going to do. So I have these drill battery adapters that will allow me to hook up batteries to stuff. Right now they're hooked up in series. So if I test my leads out of this, I should go in one battery, get 18 volts, come out, go in my next battery, get 18 volts, and go out. So my 18, 36. If I plug these two together, if you're doing this, be careful. I don't have any safety features with this right now, other than just keep them apart. There you go, tech tick for the day. So now I've got 2 batteries. They're hooked together in series. And if we go and go red, turn our thing on, can you see that? You can see that. If I put my red on my red and my black on my black, we get a 40.64 volts. Now that's pretty close to the 39 volts that we were getting, right? And that's just with 2 batteries. So in theory, we can take this and supply power and double check the batteries to see if the batteries are the issue. I could also do a battery load test, but I don't think my load tester is going to work with that. Now, the battery load tester that I do have is for car batteries. So the chances of it working, well, let me think about that. It is for like high cranking amps, so it's like 500 cranking amps. And this is 500 amps? What are you? 5 amp hours. We'll just do it this way. It'll be easier. We can double check, see if things are working or not. I think that's a good option. Plus, I kind of want to ditch those batteries anyways. They suck. Let's go lithiums. They're way cooler. So I wanted to check something. If I'm at 38 volts now, and I go ahead and give it gas, now this is all hooked back up, and I give it gas, what are the batteries actually doing? Because they should be dropping in voltage a little bit, but if they're not holding well, they're going to drop a lot, right? If they can't supply the amp hours there, that voltage is going to plummet. So if we turn the bike back on and give it throttle, it works, right? And we dip all the way down to 31 volts. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's just trying to turn it. Now it makes sense that the battery would go down a little bit, but not much. Now, if I put some load on it, it cuts out. If it drops below 30, it just cuts completely out. So I can keep it there. And once it drops below 30, the bike just cuts completely out. So that might mean that my batteries are not supplying enough power. It's weird though, because I still have 38 volts. It should be dropping a lot more if my batteries are bad. Very, very strange. It's actually going back up. Look at that. I found free energy. Okay, enough goofing around. Let's get this tore apart. Now, I've got a pretty good feeling about this, because this side looks really good. Nothing really, you can see the size, you can kind of tell, but you really notice it when you start looking down the top of these batteries. This one actually looks really good, but once you look down the middle, you can tell those batteries are not happy. And that one over there is, I think this one might be the worst one. You can really see it bulging out now, and check this out. Definitely not good for it. Oh yeah, look at that. That cell's dead. All these cells are popped out. You want to see something kind of wild? Check this out. Look, I got two batteries and I'm only holding the top one. That one is completely stuck to the other one. There's nothing else. Nothing else holding the two together. They have fused together. I have found they're still not apart. I'm gonna let those be over there. That's not good. So now if we do the math right, we've got 18 volt for one battery, 5 amp hours. So 18 volt is your voltage, your instant punch, and then your 5 amp hours is how long it's going to run. The higher the amp hours, the longer it's going to run. These batteries, 12 amp hours. 12 volt, 12 amp hours. So they'll run 12 volts for a long time. Not really a long time. 12 amp hours is not very much. But 5 amp hours. Now, the 18 volt is going to gain a lot from this being lithium. Now, with that being said, I happen to have two batteries. Combining them makes 36, which is great. And they only have 5 amp hours. I can't add them yet because I'm going to run these in series. Now, if I run them in series, that would be a better representation. I'm going to run them in series, so they're going to stack the voltage. If I run it in parallel, it will stack the amp hours. So if I run it where the positive touch and the negative are both touching, that's in parallel. Parallel will add up your amp hours or your amperage. Series will add up voltage. Parallel will add up amperage. So voltage, amperage. How much initial power it's going to have, how long it's going to run. So by my calculations, if we have two batteries, this is 36, but if we have two batteries like this, then this is 18 volts, 10 amps, 36, 5 amps. So if we get more, this battery is going to be so expensive. But if we get more, if I have another set, 4 more, run series, and then run those two series in parallel, I'll have 36 and 36, so those will stay the same. But my amp hours will go 5, plus 5 would be 10, which would be just shy of 12 amp hours. So I've gone from 3 giant batteries now to 4 small batteries. Lithium. Drill batteries. We'll see. Maybe this will become an actual lithium battery. I probably should do a big battery bank and stop trying to do little drill batteries. But right now it's what I got. Plus, on the upside, I've got these which adapt my drill batteries. And I conveniently have 4 plus 2 more. So I could do 6. Get it up to 15 amp hours. 36 volt, 15 amp hours. And that would run forever. Decisions. Let me go look at the price of actual batteries. See if it's going to be worth buying. What is this, like $100 or I think they're like $150 for a pair. Now, maybe not that much for Makitas, but we'll see if it's just worth it to buy a bigger battery or if I just go ahead and get a couple more of these. Because I can run drills off of them. I think I've done it. I've come up with the solution that I think is going to be the best for me. If you noticed, I do not have an aftermarket battery in here. I could go get these ones next day. So I went and grabbed 2 batteries. Next day, now we are set up. I've got 4 batteries actually. I've got 1, 2. This is the only one that's kind of rough to get in and out. 3 and 4. So when they're out, it's very, very elegant, I guess. And then to install them, it's not really all that hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've got 4 batteries. Now I can take these batteries out. I have to take these batteries out to charge them, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'd rather trade the performance and ease of these batteries than the chargeability, but I'm going to have to figure out something to do with the side posts because I don't want to take it on and off all the time. So we'll figure something out with that. Right now, this is where we're at. We've got our batteries in. So these 2 batteries are connected. They're sending power to these 2 batteries that are connected. They're sending power to the switch. Oh, I need to get rid of the charging on this. So it'll get rid of, or it's all run through the original Razor. It's also using all of the original bracketry. Now I did have to stack some nuts up to get up. I could have cut this and I could have done some different things, but I just wanted it easy. The bracket worked out great. I bent these tabs down so I could get to it. Drilled a couple holes so they're actually held in with nuts and bolts, but spacer, and all my batteries fit in there in the same location. And it's actually smaller, lighter, and I'll have more power. It's pretty slick. This side now looks like a jumbled up mess, and that's because it is. But that's also because it's from the factory or from Razor like that. So all this stuff, all of this right here in my hand, this is all the factory stuff. I didn't even touch any of it. The only thing I touched was this connector right here, and I cut the connector off of the existing one and then soldered it onto my battery bank. So my new battery bank just has these 2 wires going to it. That's it. These 2 wires feed the black, and then these 2 are fed together. These 2 are fed together, and then they both feed out to power. Now, I've taken, on this one, I've taken the power from here, looped it to the negative on here, and then the power comes out on this side. I did the opposite on the bottom. I took the negative here, power here, and then that just put both my negative terminals and both my positive terminals on the right side that I wanted. Worked out great. I still have an inline fuse in case something gets hairy, but we'll see. And then I used the existing connector. So it connects right back in. Really? There, just like that. Now, everything should work, and if I turn the bike on, I should have my lights, and I should get a significant power boost. Holy cow, that thing rips. Okay, we're gonna turn that off. I need to get rid of this connector because it's going to be a problem if someone tries to... Look at that. Look at that. Easy. This is so easy. Bam. Now it's disconnected. Cool. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna take this cover on and off to get batteries in there. But for right now, we gotta put this side on because I want it still to look like it's factory without it being factory. That's just how I want to do it. Okay, put these on, copy. Well, it's all back together and I don't know if I love it. It's going to be such a pain to get this cover off, even with any type of quick mods. So I will have to think on that one and figure it out because I'd have to take at least this bolt out and the back bolt out just to kind of get this to come up. But even then, I thought I'd put some rubber bands on the top and a nail to make it quick access, but that's not easy to get to inside of there. I mean, it's easy system once it's together, and that might be the ticket, but I still would have to do 2-3 bolts and take this off just to change the batteries out. For right now, it's gonna work. We're just gonna ride it, and then I'll think of another way. I wanted to do a magnet system where it just magneted on there, but even if I do that, the skin of this is going to be an issue with trying to get to it. So either way, we're just gonna put the bolts back in it and go test it. Let's take this thing for a quick rip, see what she's got. I'm excited. Let's go. Well, it's not aggressively faster, but it is faster, and I can hold a wheelie just a little bit longer. So that's a good thing. Oh, maybe it does have more. I approve. Can confirm, it still does burn out. Well, the afterthought of this, I probably should have left the cover off of it so I could check on things and make sure the batteries weren't getting too hot. I didn't ride it very much, but I feel like I should check on that to see if it'll get hot enough or not. It didn't with the old system, and the old system is pretty much identical to this one. 36 volt, 10 amp hour versus 36, 12 amp hour. So, do yourself a favor, leave that one cover off. It probably will do you a lot in the long run. Yeah. So leave that cover off. Definitely be able to check stuff. Make sure your craftsmanship, your workmanship is good. I'm going to take mine off now. Check everything out. Roll it around with the cover off just so I can make sure that that's working and not over amping the wires. The wires are pretty thick, so they'll be able to carry a lot of current, a lot of amperage, but we're just going to make sure. Okay, that's it. We fixed it. not half bad. Couple drill batteries later, they're pretty expensive drill batteries, but I had some drill batteries on hand, and plus I'm using it for the other bikes. So now I'm like converting all of the bikes over to the drill batteries. Now I need to figure out a charging system. But for right now, that works. It'll work good enough for me. The kids will go ride it, and we're going to have a blast. So I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoy your day. I'm going to enjoy mine. The kids are going to enjoy theirs. And we're going to go have fun out in the dark. Take it easy, everyone. Peace. Dirt scooters. Yeah! Let's go!